you're just getting into kickboxing, here are the 3 must-learn kicks. Front kick, roundhouse, and side kick. Let's break them down. Yo, what's happening? It's Carl Mallinson, the 4-time world professional kickboxing champion. We're here on Mally's Fight School. We're breaking down the 3 must-learn kicks for every stand-up combatant. Okay, guys, we're gonna be going through the front kick, the roundhouse, and the side kick today. Every martial artist, anyone doing the stand-up, will all need these 3 kicks to start with. It's the bare basics. We said we do our stance, we got our guards up, then we got our punches, and then we do our 3 kicks. Before we jump straight into the kicks, before we jump straight into the front kicks, that's what I'm gonna start with. Just a little note for you all, I'm right-handed. Okay, so I'm in orthodox stance. All the kicks and demonstrations I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be off my back leg. Okay, so if I'm in my stance, throwing it off the back leg. Okay, some of you guys watching that, you're gonna be southpaw, you'll be left-handed. That'll be from behind here. You're just doing things reverse. If you're unsure in your stance and things like that, I will be doing videos. If I haven't already put it up, again, there'll be videos on your stance and which way to go, but I'm doing it right-handed. So right-handed, meaning my right leg's behind, my left leg's in front. Okay, again, there are other ways to do the kicks. You do them off the front leg. Okay, you do it with your right leg in front, whoop, whoop, boom, yeah, as you're doing things. But again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep everything basic, everything right back to the foundations. So again, so you guys who are learning at home, who are looking to do workouts from your house or from your garden, from the park, I say, or just starting off in class, you have a bit of confidence. Now, we're gonna be doing a subscription package shortly, next few weeks, months, depending on how my cameraman behind there gets on with it. Again, he's just putting things into place where we can do, where we'll be doing some classes, some live classes. Hopefully once a week I'll put up a class where you guys can do something at home. But again, I'll be breaking things down a little bit more. I'll go into in-depth with things. I'll be doing some Q&As, and also I'll bring in some guests, say Roma De Silva, one of our world champion K1 fighters. I might even be nice enough to let my brother, also another world champion kickboxer, and semi-professional bam boxing champion, but I'd still kick his butt. Yeah, I might bring him on here as well. And we'll be able to break things down for you. And again, you'll enjoy it that way. So guys, I say, just remember, I'll be doing, back to what I was saying, back from my right-handed stance. Let's give that a go. The first kick we're gonna look at is the front kick. Okay, there's different reasons and ways that we apply this kick. Some people use it as a tee-off. Some people use it as a range finder. Some people use it as a snap kick. Boom, where they come up and they kick underneath. Or a spike, yeah, where you pull your toes back. A lot of martial arts do that, your taekwondos and karates. Today, we're using it as a push kick. Yeah, where we're creating space. Again, we're kicking everything back down to the beginning, to the foundations, to the basics to start with. Okay, so again, remember, I'm gonna be in my right-handed stance. So I'm in my stance here, my elbows in, I'm pulling off my back leg. Now, the front kick, here again, I'm in my stance, I'm side on, but to do this, my back shoulder, you see it come forward here, almost square up. Imagine I'm like a car, yeah? My headlights, whoop, bing, bing, yeah, bing, bing. Okay, they're at the front now, you see them lights are on. So we're here, we come through. My back knee comes up, and that's important, because that's where the power is. Remember, the power comes from the calf where it starts, then we come into the hamstrings, the quads, and we've got the core, push, and we come through. Again, when we're doing that, try and think of having your heel, not the balls of your toes, your heel, because they come through, push, here. So again, if I'm here, I'm in my stance, my elbows in, I come up, push, and back. When I land, boom, I'm looking to land flat foot towards, from the belly button through to the sternum. You want to hit them, boop, and then boop, 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 yeah, and then lose their balance. You want to catch them down the middle. So I'm here, I've come up, push, and back. You almost see, when you're seeing that, my chest almost pops back a little bit. But remember, it's not too important. We're just working it as the basics. Now, again, assuming you've all warmed up before watching this, which I know you have, yeah, because we wouldn't be doing it otherwise, loosey-goosey. When we're here, our elbows are in. Again, we're here, we're not pulling anything, we're coming up and we're pushing. Again, a good way to practice this, I'm gonna show you on a bag in a second, I say, because a lot of you, if you're watching this from home, you ain't got a bag to practice on, but you can practice on a wall without kicking the wall over, yeah? And I'll show you how your foot placement should be. Come over this way with me. Okay, so like I said, you wanna find yourself maybe a wall, something you're not gonna boot, yeah, but something you can feel the placement of your foot on. So when we're doing that front kick, I'm coming up, and I can see I've got my flat foot, so I'm making sure that my heel is hitting with my foot there. Again, a lot of martial arts, we're doing this, I look in the pin almost through with this. We're not doing that today. We're doing the push front kick. We want to knock someone back. We want to knock them off their feet, almost like a Muay Thai kick. Yeah, when you see them, they come up, boom, as they kick. Now, we don't want to be knocking the house walls down, but what you do want to do is you want to just feel it. So again, knee up, push. Just get that, knee up, push. Now, if you're at a gym with a bag, again, then you can really put that power through, or if you've got a pad at home, which is some of you do with your, say, with your partners, or so your kids, or your parents, or whatever, there, push and down. But again, just points to remember your knee comes up and push and down. Okay, with the push kick nailed, yeah, we've got that one, boom, that one in the bank. We're moving on to the second kick, okay, the roundhouse kick. Now again, this kick, remember, I'm doing them all off from my right stance, with my right leg. We're looking to land our shin and the top of our foot, but ideally the shin, to our ribs, to opponent's ribs. Now you can hit this at any height. So we can get this down to the thigh, but the technique's a little different, or up to the head. Okay, for today's video, for today's breakdowns, again, everything we're doing is midsection. Again, so we don't have to improve flexibility too much. Again, some of us, we're gonna still have to work a little bit on it. So we ain't gonna take too much effort. It's more about the technique. Okay, so again, we're gonna do a midsection roundhouse. So I'm looking to get my back leg to come round, chopping across to someone's lower ribs, aiming just below the elbow. Okay, so if I just give you just a short demonstration while I'm here, because what I need from this position, for my back leg to come round, I need my hips to come round into a line. Okay, I can't do that. Again, if you can see my foot there, I can't do that with my toes facing forward. Okay, I'm gonna cross over, I'm gonna lose balance, and I'm gonna hurt my ankle. Okay, so what I need is my foot to pivot through. Now, the way I do this, again, we're breaking this down in basics, is we twist our foot first. Okay, by doing that, it opens my hips. It allows me to bring my knee over, bam, as I kick my roundhouse. Okay, so when we're doing this roundhouse again, we twist, my knee comes round, boom. Now you can see when I'm doing that, I'm pointing my toes, like a ballerina, yeah? So I'm here, I twist, my hips are now open. I come round and I flick and I come down. Again, there are a lot of different ways to do this. I said with this one, I said we just really want to get that foundation right, that balance right. Okay, and I'm here, twist, so that's pivots round, so again, I'm here. Already my hips want to twist round with it. Bam, I kick and I'm down. If you can, kick and come back into your stance, that'd be even better. But again, basically, so if we're just twisting, we've come over, boom, we land down, return to stance. Again, we'll take a little closer look at that now. I'll break it down a little bit more for you. Okay, so demonstrating that roundhouse now with a little bit of impact. Remember, placement, not power. Now, when you find something, again, you can use the side of a wall, maybe get some pillows. I say if you've got a pad, a kick shield, even better. Or if you've got a controlled partner to practice these exercises with, ideal. But don't you worry, you can do them to the air, but nothing helps better than feeling the placement of the impact. Okay, I'm gonna show you again, we're here. It's nice and light. We've got our pillows. Wear your shoes, yeah, if you have to. Don't break your foot. Don't, naughty, don't do it. So I'm here. Remember, we twist our foot first. I come round, and with the laces part of my foot, I'm landing with. Watch it again. Twisting, my knee comes round, the laces part of the foot, I'm coming around. Again, you see, my knee isn't pointing up. Again, the two of us, we're gonna make these mistakes where our hips are a bit tight, our toes are still pointing forward, and we're gonna come this way. That's not right. We have to turn our knee round. So do that. Again, we turn our foot, our knee comes over and kick. That knee has to come round. One more time. Make sure you're watching. Eyes on the prize. We turn. Boom. In and back. Okay, our third kick. My favorite kick, the side kick. Again, here's one now that we're using to jam somebody midsection. You want to fold your opponent in half for this one. It can be used, again, it can be used as a range finder off the front leg, as a tee off. It can be used as a power kick. Boom. Again, off the back leg. And we're going to use it as that power kick. We use it as that push through off the back leg. Now, when we're doing a side kick, again, like it's similar to the roundhouse, I've got to get my hips, whoop, side on. And then when I'm doing my kicks now, my toes are pointing to the side. Side kick, toes to the side. Okay, so when I'm here, again, if I just show you a little bit, because it's easier for you to see it rather than me just explaining when I'm here, I'm going to turn my foot again, like the roundhouse, I pivot my foot. Now I bring my foot around and I push out, back in and down. Now, if I was doing that fast, I'm bringing it up, push and down. So again, watching my knee comes round and I push down. Okay, again, if you can't get a balance, land it in front, then put it back behind, back into your stance. But it's important when we're getting that side kick, we want to get our knee over, because again, we're using our glutes here, our quads, our hamstrings, as we extend through. Again, we're trying to get our toes to be, whoop, oh God, nearly lost me. Toes slightly lower than our heel. Okay, again, let's get a little closer look and we'll break it down some more. Okay, so like the front kick, we're going to be, again, kicking the wall. But when I say kicking the wall, it's placement, yeah? Again, we're not knocking anything over. Unless you've got a bag or, let's say you're in the gym, you've got a pad that you're working with, we're placing it on the wall. Again, that's important, again, because you don't want to bust your foot, first off, but who wants to bust their house? Or even their local wall, local shop. Whatever what you're practicing on, yeah? But you don't want to bust anything. What you want to do is get perfection and keep drilling. So again, I'm going to try my back a little to you, but I'm going to come around with a kick. So again, I'm in my stance here. With the side kick, I twist that foot, I come over, and I place my foot. Now, as you can see, my toes on up. Again, we're here, and I'm pushing through there as I've kicked. And my knee comes in, and I push through, and I come back in and down. Again, placement, foot twist, knee comes round, I push, and I'm back in. Boom. We're only looking to go midsection. Remember, we're just drilling. Even if it takes you to start coming down here to start with, hold that position, bring it back in, round, in, and you repeat. Again, you can't beat the basics. Repeat. Give that a go for me. Okay, so you've seen the breakdowns, you've seen the basics, you've seen the drills. A few things to remember for each kick. That sounded a bit better. When we're doing that, the first one with the front kick, again, the common mistake is say we come up, we're flicking. We're not flicking the kick. We don't want to be hitting anyone below the belt, yeah? Well, not below the belt. What we want to be doing is pushing that kick. Okay, so we're not flicking, we're pushing. And saying the second thing with that one is what we're not doing is we're not thrusting. Okay, we're not giving it some there yet. What we're doing, again, my hands are still here, boom, and my hands are still protecting my chin tucks down, and I'm pushing in here. Okay, so again, they're the two things with front kick. We're not going to overthrow you with all this information and overcrowd your brains yet. We're going to keep it simple. Remember, we have that subscription based package that we're going to be doing where we're going to go into a lot more detail. So guys that want to know a little bit more about everything, that's where all that information is going to be. Okay, now with the roundhouse, again, the problem that a lot of us are finding is that we're chopping up. We're doing that because we're not turning our front foot. We're not turning before we do it. So our hips aren't coming around the flick. If we're chopping up, the worst part about that is you're going to hit an elbow. You kick an elbow, you're going to break bones. We don't want to say, we're chopping across like a baseball bat swinging across, hitting those lower ribs. So again, I pivot in, boom, and I'm coming across here. And now with a side kick, again, the common mistake is we're flicking, not pushing. Again, a bit like the front kick. When we come round, a lot of us are flicking a shot. It's no good. We got to push it in. Yeah, like a spear. I come round and push and back down. I need to snap that kick in. That's no side kick. That's no good. Okay, we're here. We pivot. My knee comes up and I stomp that side kick in. You want to fold your person in half or chop their head back. Okay, those are the things to remember. Again, make sure you go back, you listen to them again, you keep them in mind when you're training at home with us. I hope this video was helpful. I hope the basics were broken down enough for you and you're taking away enough information to go practice this with a bit of confidence at home or in your classes. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, please, again, hit that like button, share it for me, and smash for the second time that subscribe button. And again, keep an eye out for our package. Guys, have a good one. Peace.